Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ballchat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat Podcast, EPL Final Day Show. My name is Benton. Well, what is it? Ballchat Soccer Podcast for all the Americans. Junior, what going on, Virgin?
Why are we here? We're here. Season finale. This is what? Season 6, I believe?
I don't even. I'm having so much fun. I don't even remember, even though
Yeah,
we're pocket
6
shot.
done. It's season 6.
Yo, people, even though we're pocket shot, we still enjoy ourselves because it's football. We love the sport and we love the entertainment and love deliver the content for the masses. So big up yourself. I don't think so. We don't do it for money still.
With that being said, if you want to join, let me tell you something. You're better off joining now. If you have a business and trying to get your business out there, you're better off getting on board now because, boy, I bet that the way the summer look, if people don't join now, when certain things touch road, conversation will be different.
and all the dispensaries, all the man them who sell grass, you know, if you want to get your grass business out there, just link us.
Link us now. Remember telling you that now. Link us now because you remember the viral Fat Joe meme, right?
Yes.
Price went up.
Price, yes.
When we ready the price went up, we don't want to hear the bridging talk.
Yeah, man. All herbalists want to move their product to certain entities. Link forward. Jump back show on the deck today. I think we should do it a little bit differently today because we have to celebrate successes, multiple successes. And winners, and we're not gonna beat the failures or the luck thereof today, but we're going to just go on, just go on, you know.
I don't mean to cut your bedtime, but talk for yourself.
But so my suggestion for today's show is that we kind of merge the ballers and bugs into the main discussion point rather than have a ballers and bugs segment by itself, because I think throughout today's show, we're going to have ballers that will say, weird, I remember I forgot that baller. So we're going to just, go to him or her and Ray, rather than break it down to ballers and bug segment and then a body. That's my suggestion today.
Let's knock it out.
All right. So, Jump Pack Show, big up to all the subscribers, all the returning subscribers. Big up yourself, new subscribers. Thank you for joining the Ballchat family. Football, on the topic today, football recap of the weekend that was in the EPL and the week that was in the EPL. We'll take a deep dive into EPL's final day. We get a a lot of things to discuss regarding EPL final day. Bundesliga final day and never lose. All right, you know what? Bayer Leverkusen. Can I call them Leverkusen? What they have done. We're going to take a deep dive in the Bundesliga and what's next. Coaching carousel started as Maximiliano Allegri rip off his shirt and say, which boy want test? Gangster Massimiliano Allegri seems to be on his way out. Reports that he sacked De Zerbi at Brighton seems to also moving on. Jürgen Klopp, we're going to give a farewell to Jürgen, saluting the general. And we don't know what's going to happen with Ten Hag. We don't know. We're going to discuss Ten Hag also. Jamaican Premier League is up on us, the final. Cavaliers are number 2. We now play today again, Junior.
Oh no?
Cavaliers versus Mount Pleasant, repeat of last year's final as Tapa Theodore Whitmore goes for consecutive Jamaican Premier League title, trying to join the big side, the big sides. Reno on it. And one look at that side named Portmore, but
Hey, brother. All right.
only 3 teams have done it in the history of Jamaican Football Premier League. Reno, my side. On it, the Junglist, and the local idiot side over Portmore. Talking about 115 charges with Man City, we need to look on Portmore's accounting books when they won those JPL titles.
You know what Portmore accounting book is, right?
I'm not going to say it. Yo, but Junior, you ready? Ready for do the thing?
Let's do it. Season finale.
Let's do it. Yo, the 5 Man City fans themselves sent on a thing. Last week we did Garnet Silk salute to the mothers, but the 5 Man City fans say, yo, we can't start the show without doing this.
We done kill them already. Get back to the money. All them a preach and preach. Step over, they go beat and teach. Them a jive by and I know them can't reach. Go on back up your grandmother preach. Them a pussy on the street and me see it. Go over, they go beat and teach. Man jive with the ear cape and the car seat. Boy mouth full of concrete. So police I fight for years, them don't see them. Boy that could the last one. From them fuck with the family.
Alright. Wait, I want to make sure it's the Arsenal fans them here, because the 5 Man City fans requested that I send this to the Arsenal fans. And it's not me, I do it.
Get back
Big
to
up
the
to all
money.
the Arsenal fans that are checking in from worldwide. Big up to all the Arsenal fans in Kenya.
Them already. Get back to the money. All them a preach and preach. Step over, they go beat and teach. Them a jive by and I know them can't reach. Go on back up for your grandmother preach. Them a pussy on the street and me see it go.
Yo, family. Yo, rightfully so. Family program. We can't do it. Yo, big up to my granny. Big up to the mothers. Big up to mama. Mama, turn on your TV there. The 5 Man City fans requested that I sent this, and they also requested another song, but we'll save that till later. Junior, what them call this? Quadruplet or whatever, 4 consecutive titles for Man City. What a team, what an achievement.
Yeah, and like I said, this week we're going to like compound ballers and bugs within the whole show. And I know you have your not beef, but your quirks with Pep Guardiola.
Yes.
But if it's one thing is for sure though, Benton, and even me as a rival fan of Man City, I will take my hats off and say, you know what? We see in all sports, different times, different generations, where teams get what they call the fat cat syndrome, right? And for Manchester City to not get the fat cat syndrome, for Manchester City to continue this dominance year in and year out, and it's not like they don't have competition. It's not like the English Premier League is a soft soap league. Hats off to them, and it definitely hats off to Pep. Pep has been ruthless when necessary. We've seen him move on from some players. We've seen him acquire other players. We've seen him send players out for jettison. We see him put strong arm tactics on some players, put him hands around some players. That is a mark of a great coach. Regardless of the personal feelings, when it comes to say, yo, as a coach, big up Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, man, ballers. Big up to Ajur Leicester. A man say Arsenal. Ajur says Arsenal flop yet again. BM says wait, no family program this, aka the Beat and Teach show. He says mine gonna make come on have heart attack. I know she's somewhere listening. Yo, we will still get to come on. Big up yourself, come on. We still get to come on later on. And Chelsea Football Club, but Junior, echo the sentiments that you laid out regarding Man City. You know what? All right. You're a big basketball fan.
Yes.
And I am not. I am not a big basketball fan. But I did watch.
I big up all the New York Knicks fans as you said that. You're down 10. I'm watching it.
Big up to the Knicks. Big up to the Knicks. Who are the Knicks fans? I watch basketball in the days of the Super Chicago Bulls team with
Right.
Jordan. And, you know, call him whatever we want to call him. Michael Jordan, a legend, right? But you have managers who take teams to another level. And Doug Collins was the man who had that Chicago Bulls team for the most part until Phil Jackson came in and took that team to championship and took them to another level.
Right.
I kind of equate this thing with Pep Guardiola and Man City and where Pep has gone. You know, he comes in and he takes a team to another level. And what, Junior, to win 4 EPL titles, I mean, consecutively. The great Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho, Arsene Wenger, the professor, has never done that. So that in itself is a monumental achievement to go again and again and again and again.
And worse after winning a treble.
Worse after winning a treble. So, I mean, all right, now the people can talk all they want about the 115 charges, and we'll get to that later on in the show. But you can accumulate and assemble a big side. All the money. We saw what's going on with Chelsea Football Club. You can accumulate star Porsches or whatever, but you need somebody to direct the traffic. And Pep Guardiola with Man City, 6 titles since he has joined this club. 6 titles since he has joined this, EPL titles since he has joined this club. That's not normal, brother. It's not normal. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny you bring up Phil Jackson. And to equate what he said with basketball, you're 100% right. You brought up Doug Collins, who was Jordan's coach, and everybody know that they had a problem going through the Pistons, right? And the players, Jordan had to become Jordan, but you still needed a coach. And it's funny you bring that up, and I think today's show is going to mimic a lot of basketball themes, especially around coaches. So to get ready for that.
Yeah. All right. Send on your ballers and bugs throughout the season, throughout the week, throughout the weekend. If you have ballers and bugs, Junior, EPL action we're focusing on right now, give us some ballers that you want to highlight this weekend and throughout this week, because there were games played in the week. Last week, Arsenal fans say, yo, they might get them belly drop. Man City will get them belly drop against Spurs. In fact, Junior did say Spurs was going to be that chink or kink in the armor.
And I was wrong.
You know.
I was wrong.
So, Ballers family, who do you have for this weekend in the EPL and so far in the games that took place this week?
You know, one team that I think has gone unnoticed is Crystal Palace. Alicia and company and that coach. I can't remember. I don't even know the coach here.
Glasner. Yes.
I mean, look at what they have done over the last couple of months and think about what can happen if they transition. Now, we know Olise is on record saying he wants to leave, and rumors are Manchester United is very close to signing him. Don't know why, but that could happen, right? But let's say Olise stay, and let's say Glasgow get a chance to build him side. Crystal Palace have to be highlighted as one of those teams that are trending up, Have to be.
Yes.
Look it up. So them get one of my ball of the week. It have to be the whole Crystal Palace. Chelsea have to get recognized. It took them a while. They've been through the fire, been through the wire, to quote Shaka Khan, and it seems like Pochettino might be figuring something out. Summer is going to be very integral for them. I think they need a summer of calmness. I think we're looking foreshadowing as well as we get on the ballers. I have to look at them and say, this is an important summer for Pochettino. I don't think he needs to make any signings per se, but he needs to say, this is my big side, this is my B side, and then the players not going to move on and go about to the business, and we're going to work with this set of players. So Chelsea get my honourable ballers of the week too as well. I like that.
All right, honourable baller of the week, Chelsea. You're giving a shout out to Chelsea. On that Crystal Palace team, you like others say, Mateta has been excellent. I mean, and of course the man Izize has been always as top notch for them. But Aston Villa gets a ball of the week for me. So that game on Monday against Liverpool, we saw that Aston Villa has given it away in terms of Champions League, but
right.
lo and behold, they were competing against Spurs, so they don't have to worry. But somehow Aston Villa Junior found a way, tired, beaten, downtrodden, broken, to get a point out of that football game. You have to. And call it buck up, call it lucky goal regarding Duran's goal at the end to tie it up. But ball of the week to Aston Villa. Unai Emery. I mean, this is Aston Villa in Champions League, Junior. Let that sink in for a minute.
I'm sorry, no, because Aston Villa has always been teetering on the brick. So no. Remember Aston Villa yeah, and that even before Smith. Aston Villa with why is it? No, man, way before that. With my boy that came to Man U, it was two of them. What a brother name, man. Oh my gosh. Aston Villa.
We're gonna leave it to somebody to tell us who is the coach that Junior is trying to remember.
It's not necessarily the coach. But I think the goalkeeper, brother O'Neill was the coach at the time. I think.
Okay.
I want to say Martin O'Neill's Aston Villa.
Okay.
I'm thinking about, oh my God, why the brother that came to Manchester United, man.
I thought you were going to say Grealish. He gone to City.
No, man, before them Ballchat, man. Early 2000s, that Villa team. So Villa has always been a team that teetering on European competition. They just needed to get pushed over the edge. And you know what? We talk about coaching. Aston Villa has always been that team. Kind of like Tottenham, kind of like where Brighton is right now, kind of like Newcastle. That has been Villa for the last 20 years. You talk about Dean Smith. I don't even want to talk about Gerrard's time. I want to say it was Martin O'Neill was coaching at the time too. And they had two, oh my God, it'll kill me when the names come back. But they needed the coaching. And Unai Emery came in and provided the difference. Looking at Aston Villa now and Aston Villa back then, and when I'm soon Google it, and when I tell you the player names, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that team. They weren't good enough, but they used to sneak up on teams and kick out them teeth. But they never had the coach that could give them that win or give them that result, like we saw against Liverpool. They never had that before. Smith couldn't do it. Gerrard definitely couldn't do it. And one says Martin O'Neill wasn't able to do it away from home. Unai Emery came in and is the difference. And you see what a big-time coach is at a program. So hats off to Unai Emery. And I agree with you. And you know what? Unai Emery has also discovered the form of Leon Bailey. Because Leon Bailey is playing his best career football right now. Best career. He's made him a completely different player. We saw some of this in Germany, right? But it was never consistent. Unai has created a team that Bailey and Diaby and company are comfortable playing on the wings. And that shows the greatness of the coach. Big up BM says worst EPL season record for Man U. That's how we get bug of the season. Heraldo Haynes says congratulations to Pep and City. Next season will be ours. We are back competing and the title will be ours in short order. The ours is Arsenal. So Geraldo is one of those Arsenal fans that continuously for the last probably 20-something years, next season. He also says Foden and Odegaard get ball of the season. Bug of the season is United. Big up to Reggie. Reggie Lafont says baller of the week. Leverkusen for completing an invincible season. Truly remarkable invincible season. Bundesliga, they still have the cup and they still have European. So they still have the invincible season on the line. So and also Mateta and Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Big up to the family. Junior, before we leave Aston Villa, football family we merge ballers and bugs into the entire body of the show this week. So if you have ballers, as we discussed, different segments of the show, different leagues, you can send them on different league. You can send them on. Aston Villa achieve this Champions League spot without Tyrone Mings Jr.
Yes.
Tyrone Mings, I think most of us can agree that Tyrone Mings was and is a pillar of the success that Aston Villa has had in recent memory. And you know, defensively they went out and got Pa Torres and they've gotten Konza, but Tyrone Mings actually was the captain of that team for a lengthy time, picked up a serious injury. So big ups to ball of the week to Aston Villa. You've already highlighted Crystal Palace. I think Aston Villa just took the day off. They got 5. Junior, you highlighted what went on with the turnaround by Pochettino. Have to give him a big ball of the week also. And weird, is Pochettino just ending the season well to keep the work, Junior?
I think the message has been delivered to the team. I think the vibe I get from Chelsea is, you know, all right, you can look at a team, and funny, I was talking to somebody earlier about team dynamics and cracks within teams and when cracks really show up and how pressure makes cracks turn into fissures or pressure makes cracks turns into diamond, right? I think the message got home at Chelsea that you guys not getting another chance. We're going to move on with what Pochettino says. I think that message was delivered, and I think the Chelsea players are responding. I think because the locker room is so big, you have people fighting for who want to be the alpha, who want to be the leader, blah, blah, blah. And I think all of that kind of settled down, where the players are now forming in their roles at Chelsea. And the timing is right. Again, in a football season, you have ebbs and flows. People go through purple patches, people go through down patches, but at the end of the day, it always ends up that you are who you are, right? And Chelsea just happened to be one of those teams that they got the turnaround at the right time towards the end, so their fans can feel good going into the off-season.
Final day result, Arsenal defeated Everton 2-1, Newcastle 4-2 over Brentford, Man United 2-0 over Brighton, Nottingham Forest 2-1 over Burnley, Chelsea 2-1 over Bournemouth, 5-0 Crystal Palace, Batterbrues, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Klopp's farewell 2-0 victory over Wolves.
I finally get it better.
And
go ahead.
Luton pick up a 4-piece meal, 4-2 from Fulham. Very, very commendable effort from Luton. We'll get to the relegated teams in a minute. Man City 3-1 over West Ham. Yo, Mohamed Kudus goal.
World class.
Then a normal. That goal
World
is
class.
normal.
World class.
Yeah.
World class. But
and Spurs, final result, Spurs, Batterbrues, Sheffield United. Well, not Batterbrues. Spurs defeat Sheffield United 3-0. Yeah, Junior.
No. People, because I notice BM not say it, nobody say it in the chat. The Aston Villa team I was thinking about is the one that Martin O'Neill, I got it right. Martin O'Neill was the coach. You remember Gabriel Agbaglahor? You remember Ashley Young? You remember John Carew? You remember that Aston Villa team?
Yeah, I remember that team.
It's very similar. It's very similar to this team. They had
you
good.
can run it down ball of that, brother.
What?
Gabby Abangla, what name? Gabby what?
Abanglahor.
Yes, Abanglahor. I keep on running down.
Benton.
Him fast like 10 of them Monday.
Diaby fast like 10 of them. Ali Watkins fast like 10 of them Monday.
Ali Watkins, sir. You need to put some respect. Try Dini, put some respect on Ali Watkins' name. Ali Watkins is actually, what is it? Castrol player of one of the player of the award. Let me get him the Ali Watkins recognition of the season. Now, Ali Watkins Playmaker Award. I mean, assists and goals. It's not a normal baller. Gabby bread and all of them things there.
Yo, give Gabby him respect. All right, fine. I'm not going to argue about, because I don't care about Al-Baglawa versus Ali Watkins. But that Aston Villa team under Gary O'Neill was poisonous. They will creep up on you and bust your ass if you give them a chance. Yes. So I'm telling you, Aston Villa has always been close.
Yes. All right, let's get to Arsenal, number 2 team. Big up to Arsenal. Arsenal finished the season second, runners-up in the EPL. Arsenal fans, I know the emotions raw right now. Man City, those of you who are late to the party, Man City, the 5 Man City fans requested I play a tune for you, but in a reach late, so we have to figure it out another year. Junior, overall assessment of Arsenal season.
I think Arsenal, I'm big up to the Arsenal fans that are in the chat. Big up Heraldo, because Heraldo is somebody who we know that's an Arsenal fan true and true. Big up Reed from Arden, when the Arden group is an Arsenal fan. Big up Martin is an Arsenal fan. So on the year, me a big enough. You see the Arsenal fans in Benton, I think they, again, revision is history. You remember that Arsenal team with the Russian and Van Persie, when right after Van Persie left.
Yeah, I can't forget that guy's name. Yeah, me know that. Yeah.
Wenger's last real side. I'm talking Nasri, that side where you'll say all they wanted was this. Wenger is so close. Wenger is developing the ball of them. Blah, 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 blah. And they're just a player away, right? And at the time, Arsenal fans knew, because every year they got kicked out of the Champions League by Barcelona, if you remember. They always play Barcelona, always give Barcelona a good 2 legs, and Arsenal fans say, yo, we're close. All we need is this, and so we're great because we're close to the great Barcelona. I think Arsenal fans are doing the same thing again right now. Some Arsenal fans. Notice me not big up Sean, because Sean light a fire upon Arteta, and I think he should, because this Arsenal team is built to win now. And they failed. Now, we wax lyrically about Pep and say Pep is great and four title wins and blah, 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 and that is so good and rare, right? I remember we foreshadowed earlier and said, you're going to get a lot of basketball references during this time, right? Who would you say arguably is the best coach in the NBA right now? Legacy coach. The best legacy coach in the NBA right now. But I'll answer for you. It's Popovich, right? Mm-hmm. Greg Popovich is revered as the best NBA coach right now. My boy Golden State, Steve Kerr is regarded as probably what have you done for me lately good coach, but the most respected coach right now is Greg Popovich. Well, people, newsflash, Greg Popovich was coaching during the time when Phil Jackson was coaching. And nobody cared about Greg Popovich at the time. The 1 year when Chicago done, 2 years, they had the Magics run when Rockets beat Magics the 2 years, or the first year, and they beat Knicks. And then you have the lockout season when San Antonio won, and that was Popovich's first trophy. That's when Phil Jackson came back, went to Lakers, and Phil Jackson said at the time that San Antonio trophy is an asterisk beside it and disrespected Popovich. Check out the history. We know it's a football show, but check out the basketball history. Disrespected Popovich, that's an asterisk season. Disrespected Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward at the time, but he was a rookie. And you had David Robinson. You had little sharp brother like Ninja Turtle as the point guard. This is before Tony Parker. And then Lakers had them little three-peat run with Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson retired. Then Greg Popovich took off.
Hey, can we get back to football?
Hold on. Then Popovich took off with San Antonio. That is where Arteta is right now. Arteta is Popovich with Phil Jackson in Phil Jackson's shadow. Arteta did great. But it's like, yeah, but you don't really win nothing, so we don't care about you. Those 115 charges, if they were to come down tomorrow and then kick Man City out the league, or because Pep has hinted, I might go coach international football. If Pep leaves today and go coach international football, Arsenal run away with the title next season. That is how close Arsenal is. But the vibe I get from some Arsenal fans is, we're so close and we just need this. No, you guys should be pissed off. You guys should look at some games throughout the season and say we should have never lost that game. The 2 points that we lose the title by, we should never lose that game. That's how Arsenal fans should be right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, Unai Emery, Aston Villa was quite, Aston Villa pull off the hoodoo over Arsenal this season. I am torn regarding the assessment of Mikel Arteta. And here is what is so complicated for me. And, Mikel Arteta is playing, as you rightfully pointed out, he's playing in a league where he's in the shadow of a general. A guy who, has won trophies multiple different locations, right? And so he's used to this. And so to that extent, and not only that, he's also playing against a team that has resources. That a team is a juggernaut. If you look at Man City's depth, the squad, you have players who you can come off the bench, game changers who can make a huge difference in the blink of an eye, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I will yield some sympathy and some understanding from Mikel Arteta and some excuses, right? Because it's a big league and you're playing against big league coach and a big league side. So it's not easy to beat it. But a part of me now look at Xabi Alonso over Bayer Leverkusen. A more inexperienced manager. It's a different league.
Can't compare.
Wait. It's a different league, but it's a simple objective is going up against another juggernaut.
No.
Bayern Munich is a juggernaut in that league. Arsenal is going up against Man City, the current juggernaut in the EPL. Xabi Alonso in 18 months at Bayer Leverkusen was able to topple this juggernaut. Mikel Arteta still, year 3, year 4, are still trying to figure out how to defeat this juggernaut.
Can't compare.
That is my assessment. That is my assessment. Where am I drawing wrong here?
I think Bayern Munich is not a stable juggernaut. Bayern Munich is a juggernaut by name, but they're not stable. Man City is stable. If Bayern Munich had a stable coach, stable system, stable players, and Alonso did what he did, I would say, fine, that's a fair assessment. Bayern Munich was ripe for the picking. And we've seen Bayern Munich, and in all fairness to Alonso, we've seen Bayern Munich in this state before, and teams have come close and fall off. We've seen that, right? I don't remember the year, I think, Leverkusen, and with Bailey, was close to topping Bayern Munich 1 year.
Leverkusen in 125 years not come close to win nothing.
There was a year.
There was a year when Borussia Dortmund and Borussia Dortmund under Lucien Favre.
Yes,
We thought could have toppled them, but Bayern Munich has won 11 trophies, 11 Bundesliga titles consecutively up until this point.
But
this unstable team that you spoke of, Bayern Munich, that is, won the league last year.
Yeah, but but they have a coach that, because of their play in the league, lost the job mid-season.
So this is where the difficulties are for me with Mikel Arteta. He says the right thing, he's doing the right things are heading in the right direction. But the bottom line, at the end of the day, you have to figure out to beat the bully, to beat the big dog. I
agree 100%.
Figure out how to beat the big dog.
Yes.
And maybe one of those other trophies will help breed some confidence, because Mikel Arteta said after today's game he has won the FA Cup title, right, with Arsenal. He's won an FA Cup title. He says after today's game, quote, "We want more, we will get it." So, and you saw the tears, end quote. You saw the tears from these Arsenal players and some Arsenal fans. They lived these moments throughout the season, left it all on the line emotionally. And then Jaja at the end is just like, bruh, you cannot depend, if you're going to win a title, you cannot depend on somebody else to win it for you.
True. And you know, when you talk about coaches, they're 100% right. And while they were talking, I'm thinking to myself, and the knock I have against Arteta is, like I said, too nice. He says the right things, but he says the right nice things, right? There's not what I want to see from Arteta, I don't know if he does it behind closed doors, but publicly as well. Publicly put the pressure on your team. When you come out and say, you know, we're so close to winning the title, and I think the boys have done well, they are going ahead of schedule. When you say that publicly, yes, you're talking to the fans, but your players hear it as well. So when you, as a player, knowing that your coach kind of have him foot off the gas, and I can interpret it that him have him foot off the gas a little bit, regardless of what he said in the pre-game. Brother, you just said we're playing against ahead of schedule. So guess what? But I keep on the brother, you know. I can run boy. Right? I want to say Arteta said something today in the pre-match, which I wish Arteta said at the start of the season. When the reporters say, yo, you know, last game, you have a chance to win, but it's not really in your hands. If you have to depend on other people, what are your feelings? Regular Arteta will answer, you know, the boys did well to get to where they are. Whatever happens, happens. You know what Arteta said?
What?
No, I have imagined myself holding the trophy at the end of the game.
Okay.
That is public pressure. And guess what? When Arsenal went down 1-0 to them, find a way to win the game.
Yeah.
Because I think that public pressure, but coach, I think about hold the trophy end of the season. We're going to make sure that we hold the trophy. If them take it out of one, them take it out of our hand. I want Arteta to start at it. I would love Arteta to come at the start of the season. And I'm not an Arsenal fan. I want Arteta to come at the start of the season. I say, look, we're so close a lot. Yo, I'm tired of Man City, brother. I'm tired of Pep Guardiola. We was a coach of him. The man win the last four. Yo, make somebody else win, man. I hate this, brother. Listen, we're coming for win the title this year. We're coming for take it from them. Put that pressure on your team. Say before training camp. I made the man them know, so look, going into training camp, we're not settling for second. Well, what? Yo, you see how Allegri take off his shirt? I'm vexed. I someone feel right now. Enter. Let him let my coach, man. Yo, we want a title next year. We're tired of coming second, man.
It's hard, and it's not easy. This is why they call it the big league. Because and again, a part of me sympathize with Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, and Arsenal fans. And here's a part of me that sympathizes with them. Because when I look at Jürgen Klopp's Liverpool, that big side, Jürgen Klopp, in his tenure at Liverpool, has only won one Premier League title. A single Premier League title. Now he has won a Champions League, and he's won other trophies. But he has only won one Premier League title. And it's not an indictment that he is bad at what he has done. He's excellent. And he played some serious football, but it's just you're going up against this machine. And it's not an easy task to overthrow this machine. So I mix on Arsenal and Arteta. Arsenal fans, big up on yourself. I love rest up. I mean, you guys went all in this off season. You're gonna have the season emotionally. It's gonna be a lot of work in the next season if you come again and just retool. It's a difficult.
Yeah,
yes, and Reggie says Arsenal did beat the bully. What they need to do is stop dropping points against the other teams that they should be beating, like Fulham. So that's a very good point, right? Because they made progress against the bully. They definitely took points off Man City. They took 4 points out from a possible 6 this year, which is a monumental achievement. So at the start of the season, if you tell me that Arsenal are going to take 4 points from Man City out of those 6 games, you say, all right, we're going to give Arsenal the league. But then you have to make sure you cover the other little areas, and this is what is so frustrating, and it's hard for Arsenal fans.
So you know what that tell me then? Because you have, and baseball players most of the time, I know it's a football show, but we love sports. Pitchers normally talk about this in baseball, and it's the same thing in football. You want your output during the game. If you can be great at 75% output, that's perfect, right? Where your energy being used or your focus being used is at 75%. If you can play at 75% and be better than your opponent, you're in the best position possible, right? Because there are times during competition where you have to go above 75%. You have to turn it up to 80%, 90%, 100%. But you can't go 100% for the duration of a game. It's impossible.
Yeah.
That's where tiredness come in. That's where breakdown in techniques.
Sustain that level, yes.
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, it's unsustainable.
So you cannot go full throttle. You want to go where you're going at a comfortable pace and you're good enough. That's why you practice, you train, and you make sure your normal is better than the next person. That's where Arsenal is. Arsenal played Man City at 100% and got the results they wanted. But when they had to go back and play the regular teams where they don't need to go 100%, their 75% wasn't good enough at some point. Yeah. When you look at Real Madrid have the ability to go to 100% and play at 100% for a high period of the game. But they are good enough to get themselves to a place where their 100% will be good enough. You see the game today, that Arsenal's last game today, to me, that's a 100% game. You're down 1-0. The pressure of the world is on you, where you need to win, and you found a way to get the victory. It's just unfortunate that in the previous games, where you played 75%, it wasn't good enough. Yeah. So for the whole, from now until the start of the season, if I was a player and I aspire to win, I need to make sure my 75% is a little bit better than what it is this year. And I need my teammates to be the same thing.
Yeah.
That should be the goal.
Well, one of the generals in this business, Sir Alex Ferguson, always said that you really won games, won trophies in those trenches, in those dark years. It's not when you play in the big side you really win the trophy. It's when you play in the little bug sides, aka the Wimbledons of the world, where everybody expects you to beat, but then you drop a point here or there, and then the totality of those dropping points is what then come back to bite you. It's me answer, because anybody can get up for the big games, because you don't know, say, a big money time. But it's ultimately, but Hats off to Arsenal. Hats off to them. Wonderful year. Big up Arsenal fans. We love it. We don't know it's rough right now, but no go again, family. No go again. And Man City fans, I'm telling you, it's a big league. It's a big league, brother. Man City, Junior. Man City. We spoke about Pep. And they won this game 3-1. We have to give a shout out to David Moyes. His final game in charge at West Ham. We don't know if he's going to coach EPL again, but it took a left turn for David Moyes. A few weeks ago, he was offered an extension in his contract, and then things just went sideways.
Yeah, because again, everybody sees it even out. It will always even out in the end. It's just unfortunate that West Ham take the wrong time to have a downturn. They had a downturn when Paqueta was injured, and it seems like trying to infuse him back into the team. Probably there's some friction there. Probably. And plus, West Ham, we spoke about it at the start of the season. What West Ham was great at the last couple of years, they tried to transition. We talk about it. They made aggressive transfers to be more attacking, but the coach is not an attacking coach. And maybe that rubber had met the road. It's possible.
Yeah, Junior, when you look at these results down the stretch for West Ham, it's just, bruh, it's just bad. It's just like everything just went left field. I mean, Chelsea butter bruised them 5-0 on Sunday, May 5th. They drew 2-2 with Liverpool. They got knocked out of the league. I mean, the results that they drew 2-2 with Burnley. So they got 6 from Arsenal, 3 from Manchester United, and typically West Ham and David Moyes teams are usually more defensively compact.
Yeah, and them start look to the summer.
Yeah. Lucas Paqueta and Mohamed Kudus, 2 ballers in this team. Does West Ham hold on to these 2 players, Junior?
No, it depends on who the next coach is. Because, you see, that next coach, they have to make I think the brass has to make a decision. Because they can go the Aston Villa route. You can talk to Tuchel. You can talk to you can even talk to Potter. Potter is still out there. You can talk to Allegri. You have so many coaches out there, high profile coaches that you can bring in, because you have those 2 high profile pieces. And you can bring in the coach quickly and let them talk to the high profile pieces and say, look, why you gonna go Man City when I am here? I'm a big coach too. We can build something here. Why you gonna run down that when you can build here? Right? So they have to make a decision. I think because the coach have to be hired before summer. They have to hire the coach. They have to find a coach in the next 2 weeks. They cannot go into the summer or into the off season without a coach. So I think who they hire as a coach will indicate where they are trying to go with that roster. And they very well could be looking to overturn the roster. They very well could be looking to say, you know what? We did all we could with this group. Let's break it up. Let's cash in. Antonio getting older, blah, blah, blah. I think I don't say him leaving, I think. So let's move on from some of these players. And let's bring in a young coach and let's go back to being a scrappy team that West Ham fans love. Or we can go try and run down the Aston Villa height.
Word is that Julian Lopetegui is the man next up. We haven't heard anything officially from West Ham, but there are some reports that Julian Lopetegui is the man.
It's all but confirmed. Which would be a big time signing. I think Lopetegui has the enough aura to convince Paqueta could give them 1 more year.
Yeah. As it pertains to Man City, 3-1 victory on the day, Junior. Goals from Phil Foden. Erling Haaland was a bug. In fact, he probably should get a bug of the week, maybe bug of the last few months. Talk to me about Phil Foden's development. He's gotten a Player of the Season award. The youth, Golden Boot, of course, winner to Erling Haaland with 27 goals. He left about two or three chances on the park today. And Player of the Season to Phil Foden. Junior, talk to me about your assessment on the development and growth of Phil Foden.
You want to piss you and all Manchester United fans off right now?
Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
The development of Phil Foden is what they should be doing with Anthony.
With who?
With Anthony. See, the same thing. The same. It's the same. Benton, this is our 6th year doing Ballchat. 4 years ago, we were laughing at Phil Foden.
No, you were not. You were laughing at Phil. I was laughing at. Speak for yourself, boss.
Benton, Camon, and Junior were laughing at Phil. You want me to tell you when? You want me to tell you when?
No.
You want to know when?
Yep.
When he went blonde. You remember blonde Phil Foden?
Yep.
This is how far Phil Foden has come. You remember the blonde boys? You remember when Phil Foden blonde him here? And who was him and another idiot that blonde them here? I know it wasn't Shevchenko. Some other idiot from Man City that blonde them here at the time. It wasn't. I don't think it was the African. But there were a couple of them that blonde them here, and we were laughing. Phil Foden was.
You guys were laughing.
Okay, I will admit it. I was laughing at Phil Foden. Now, Phil Foden was a youth where looked so good like he can play within a phone booth. But ask him for make a decision 20 yards away, he couldn't make a decision. But he was great in a phone booth. And what we saw Pep Guardiola do is just string him along. Put him out there, him do something good, then him start theater, him pull him back. And you had my boy from Saudi Arabia, wherever him come from. We used to play for Leicester.
Right, Riyad Mahrez.
You had Mahrez playing on the right wing, and you always had Foden coming in and give him a spell here or there. You see it was still going on with Doku right now, even though Doku is a little bit further along than where Foden was at the time. But you see him do it with Foden and just fade him in. They move on from Sterling, move on from Mahrez, because guess what? Foden is ready. And you're not going to like it, but it's the same thing that happened with Barcelona with Messi and Ronaldinho. Messi was just more advanced and never need as much time as Foden. But it's the same thing. And the reason why I say Anthony is the same thing we saw with Manchester United with Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody remember Cristiano Ronaldo now. When you figure about Cristiano Ronaldo, when he just came to Man U, everybody was step over. As soon as somebody blew up on him, drop and start crying. And Fergie got mad at him. And just slowly gave him the space to grow. That's what we see with Phil Foden to right now. Phil Foden, he doesn't even look like an English baller. Phil Foden don't look like an English baller. Phil Foden is a general. And that is the development of a baller. That is what teams need to do. When you have a young baller, don't force them to the top in the limelight if they're not ready. Give them time to grow. And when he's ready, when your coach feels he's ready, create the space. When we're talking about planting and growing seeds and growing callaloo. If you grow callaloo, you plant your seed them in a little pot them in your house where you can control the climate. When the seedling come out and the seedling get a little stronger, you put it under the ground. When the seedling gets stronger, you clear the ground around the seedling and make the seedling grow. And that's Phil Foden. Yo, Phil Foden is just a good stock of callaloo.
What the man reach? I mean, all right. In totality of his totality, still, we saw him at the Youth 17 World Cup, and he was outstanding, one of the outstanding players.
Yeah, but that's
and at the CMVN, we also have to talk about some players who who were probably more up on the pecking order at that World Cup are in the same vein. We have Ryan Brewster was in the same group and the same cohort. But what has happened with Phil Foden? He was able to sit and learn behind generals. I mean, you're sitting behind a Bernardo Silva. You're sitting behind Kevin De Bruyne. And you know that you don't have to be that guy, no. You see, man, the fundamental request that we can ask of any football coach is whether you are at U5, U10, U9, or big man football, or big woman football, is develop a player, make the player better. And that's what Pep has done with Phil Foden and a lot of players that he has coached. Now, Calvin Phillips might say something else, and yes, he's well in his right. But what we're seeing is that the evolution and the progress of Phil Foden, the fact that he can tuck into those pockets and find space and essentially score goals. Outstanding player, outstanding season. Most notably, someone asked Pep at the post-match press and said, boy, you have figured out a way to play Phil Foden, and you may have given the English manager the green light or the guidebook, so to speak, on how to use this kid in your team. Now, we will see what will happen in the Euros 2024, but in this Man City team, he's an integral part of what they have done and what they will continue to do. Big
You're
baller.
right. Big baller, you're right. Unfortunately, Pep Guardiola have given the guidebook and it's in Catalan. And Southgate don't speak Catalan.
Junior, you're a baller though. Erling Haaland, Golden Boot winner, but he was a bug down the stretch. Talk to me. What exactly is going on with Erling Haaland?
That's a damn thing.
I will say one thing though. For any young player who is aspiring to play a striker, one thing is abundantly clear is that with Erling Haaland, the missed chances does not affect him. At least if it does, he doesn't show it. He recircle and reassess and come again. AKA, he has football amnesia, and you need to have that when you're playing that. But Junior, he missed quite a few chances today.
And you're going to miss, but guess what? Did he score a hat-trick midweek?
No, he did not score a hat-trick midweek.
What did he score a hat-trick last time? Let's score a hat-trick last time.
They play Spurs in midweek.
Let's score a hat-trick what year?
A few weeks, that's a long time against
matter.
Fulham.
But you know what? I just like Erling Haaland, I have striker memory. So the last thing I remember is me scoring a hat-trick. Oh, you never scored a hat-trick since 2 months ago. Well, I only remember 2 months ago. Look, all right. The problem with Erling Haaland to me is that we don't have enough number 9s in the world. We don't. So when you have your one number 9 that is supposed to be the best, and he starts faltering, we kind of hone in on him. We don't have any other strikers out there that would capture the news. Where with Haaland, oh look, Haaland missed 3 chances today. Yeah, but he scored how many goals this season? Again, it shows the dying breed of the number 9 position. Haaland will be fine. Now, if I was Real Madrid, I'll come knocking. Because word is out there that Rodrigo might be on his way out. I would come knocking. Hey, yo, Erling, the boy them over here disrespect you. How you feeling?
And that's Junior with the Manchester United hat on.
No, because I would go knocking if I was Manchester United. Yo, Erling, how you feeling?
Oh, okay. Okay. But overall, big up. I mean, to be criticized and score 27 goals,
it's a lot.
Really sure the benchmark this youth set still. So this is not an indictment that he's a bad player. It's just that, like all players, all people, they go through rough patches, and he just went through going through a rough patch down the stretch. Junior, the final table, EPL table looks something like this. Let me get the final table up. I want to get, all right. Spurs manager, Mr. What's his name again? Ange Postecoglou. He said the foundation in midweek. He said the foundation around Spurs is fragile. Spurs finish the season in 5th position. They're in a Europa League spot. They led the league at early part. Junior, what exactly is he talking about? The foundation is fragile. We saw the big miss by Son against Man City. Some Arsenal fans will tell you that Heung-min Son got bought out and missed that goal deliberately.
The foundation that he's talking about is not the players. When you talk about foundation of a club, it's not players. It's brass. So they already knew their fate at the time, right? They already knew it would be very difficult for them to make it to Champions League. They knew it. They knew at the time. Now, yes, go out there and beat Man City and win the last game and you make it Champions League. Cool. So in putting on my coach's hat and reading between the lines, a discussion was had. And I don't think Levy and company cares about Arsenal winning the title. I think Levy and company cares about the investment that is going to be put in the team. And I think that's what Ange was referring to. I think they started their preseason processing of the team, starting their evaluation of the team. Where are we going to go in the summer? What are we planning for next season? I think that discussion has been going on for a while for all teams. I think Ange kind of heard this frustration because you have all that going on behind closed doors, and then all of a sudden this dumbass reporter is going to ask you about, would you rather lose? So Arsenal. And he said, why am I hearing this? So I think that was the last straw that brought the camel back. But I think there's stuff going on in the background. And you know what? If I was West Ham, I would come calling. But them already get Lopetegui. If I was Brighton, I would come calling. I would come calling if I was Brighton. Hey, Ange, we have a great recruiting system. We have money for spend. We're ready to make the next step. No, hell, if I was Newcastle, I would weigh up my options and say, Ange or my boy there. You know what? We can pay you off. But we'll talk to Ange because he doesn't like the foundation that he has as a coach.
I'm looking at this Tottenham schedule. They have a friendly game against Newcastle on May 22nd in Australia. I guess Melbourne Cricket Ground. Ange is from Australia. But Junior, as an owner, if you hear your manager publicly stating that your coach, your team foundation is weak, and the atmosphere around this club that you have invested heavily in and been building for years, would you not have some issues with that?
But then, right, you would, assuming that you get blindsided by this. I don't think he's being blindsided. I think there's a conversation happening already at Ange is now publicly airing his frustration because he's probably thinking about leaving. Okay. So he's now publicly saying, you know what, we can't take this crap anymore. We're ready for cut. And I think he's publicly signaling to all the clubs out there, you have 2 weeks before your summer start. Bring me in now. So let me start my summer now. I think,
you think that's what he's
not coincidence. It's not coincidence. We saw the video.
It was a strange thing to hear a manager say.
Before the biggest game of your season.
It's a strange thing.
Right. So Ange is not. He's not an emotional. He doesn't have emotional outbursts based on his history over the season. It's not like him come out and throw players under the bus, or him come out and pissed off at rain falling or whatever. It takes a lot, it looks like, to get him there. And he got there. So I think there's something that is going on behind closed doors. and he's frustrated. And he can't take. You never know. It might all have in preseason meeting, and then they must say, yeah, blah blah blah. I will want to do this. I think Paqueta would be the perfect signing. Leave it lukewarm. Yeah, Paqueta is nice, but I hear about this player in MLS, and he's maybe a lot less. Blah 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 blah. And then right as the meeting ball for done. All right, coach. Good luck this week against Man City and going into the last game of the season. But hey, remember, it doesn't matter what happened, because if you win, you have a chance to go Champions League. But if you lose, dirty Arsenal will win the title. It's probably sort of like, what the hell this brother still missing? And those are things that might happen. I truly feel like there's something happening behind closed doors that pisses him off.
Yeah, watch the space. As Chelsea finished the season strong, Moises Caicedo scored a goal from the parking lot, Junior. Pochettino says, I have one more year remaining on my contract, and I do intend to see through. If Man United wins the FA Cup, then Chelsea will be in the Conference League. If Man City wins the FA Cup, then Chelsea will be in the Europa League. Massive turnaround. Player of the season, Cole Palmer. Young player of the season. Big up yourself, youth. Junior, totality of what's happening with Chelsea. How do you see they wrap this thing up and where they go from there?
It's tumultuous. But they have a squad that should play in Europe. They have a squad that is big enough that should play in Europe. They need to play in Europe, and they don't need to play in the Conference League. So they just like me will be Man City fans this weekend coming up. And they have a big year next year. Pochettino.
Wait, hold on. They just like you will be what?
Yes, they should be Man City fans this week.
Wait, you said just like you. Did you say you?
I don't want Manchester United to win the FA Cup.
Okay, we'll get into your bug side in a minute. Yeah, kind of sorry, my bad.
So yeah, so that's where Chelsea is. They should want to play, and they should look to win that European Cup next year. That should be the goal number one. But I think it's key that Pochettino has 1 year left. You don't want to be a lame duck coach. It's different with coaches. Coaches don't have prove it years. Coaches don't have show me years. It's you, the owner, going to have to show that you have confidence in me. If you don't have confidence in me, then me just play out the year and go about business next year. So I think, but however the hell the owner want him, you better re-up Pochettino. At least give him another year and motivate him to have a good coaching season next season.
Junior, we have to take a moment and salute Thiago Silva. Chelsea's career comes to an end. A youth, a man that has left it all, always left it all on the grass for this blue side.
Which blue side? PSG or Chelsea?
The Chelsea blue side.
I'm not leaving. He was on vacation. Big up his wife.
What? Yo, you know how many goals Thiago Silva saved even in his old age?
He's a defender. That's what defenders do.
Even in his old age.
He's a defender.
At least he's on the field as opposed to Wesley Fofana, the $100 million baller.
That's why I said big up his wife.
Salute to Thiago Silva as he returned to Brazil. Will work with Marcelo and the whole Fluminense group. But salute Thiago Silva. We just touch some more EPL teams. We're going to see if Jürgen Klopp for last and saluting the general Jürgen Klopp. But Junior, we cannot go home or take over ourselves from the EPL without touching your team, Man United.
Nothing to talk about.
There's something to talk about, Junior. There's a lot of unanswered questions, things to discuss and decide for the season. What was the expectation coming in, and where did you guys, where did it all went wrong of those expectations?
The expectation was for a miracle turnaround year. Where it went wrong is expecting a miracle.
Is expecting.
Yeah.
So Man United started the year in Champions League. They played Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they have a chance this year to also, again, like last year, to win the FA Cup.
Yeah, but I don't want them to win the FA Cup. They don't need to. What Manchester United need to do is do what Arsenal did 2 years ago. When Arsenal gutted that. You remember when Arsenal gutted the team down to bare bones? And they played that 1 year and it was just on fumes, right?
Yeah.
And just, we just have players that want to play. The problem with Man U is you have players on some ridiculous wages that you won't be able to sell. But I like what they did with Wan-Bissaka. When it's heavily reported, Wan-Bissaka is going around. I think him get a farewell package, just like Varane and just like Heaton. Was it Heaton and the defender, Johnny Evans, right? But the problem is he had another year on his contract. So what do you mean by you give him farewell package? In other words, I marshal them. In other words, you're being told you're not playing for Man U next year. Oh, well, what if I don't get a club? You're not playing for Man U next year. The message has been delivered. And that is what needs to be delivered to a lot of these players. The Casemiro, I think them kind of teetering with Casemiro a little bit because there's still something left there. But if Casemiro get offered for go Saudi Arabia, then we'll take it quickly. I think that's where Manchester United is. You asked where we went wrong. We seem to still believe Manu was Manu. We seem to still believe Rashford would rediscover his form. A player is who he is when he show himself. And we see what these players are. They've quit on all their coaches in the past, and they tried to quit on Ten Hag this year. The problem is Ten Hag had enough ballers in certain areas where they could give you a performance to save his job. And that's where we are right now. They need to clean house, pull the Chelsea, swell up the squad, but tell some of the players them like you don't belong here. And if you want to sit down on the sideline and wait out the contract, sit down on the sideline and wait out the contract. But you're not playing for Man U anymore. That's where Manchester United is.
14 defeats. That's a club record, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is 2 questions. Is Eric Ten Hag the man for this job going forward? As a Manchester United fan, do you want Ten Hag to remain in the post?
I want him to be given a year.
Given another year?
Give him a real year. Okay. I don't think he has had a year as yet.
Okay.
No, as a Manchester United fan, I'm still troubled by some decisions that he made. The Onana decision is idiotic. The moving on from Cristiano Ronaldo the way he did was a poor decision. So those 2 things, the Anthony decision is not really on Ten Hag per se. If everybody remembered the Anthony saga, they should remember that Anthony and Timber were offered to Manchester United as a package deal for 75 million euros early in the transfer market. And the idiot Woodward at the time left the table and then forward back. But by the time he forward back, Timber already went to Arsenal. I think he forward back for the youth who went to Liverpool. Let me name.
Gravenberch?
No, not Gravenberch. The next Dutch baller. Gakpo. Went for Cody Gakpo after Gakpo had that one little World Cup goal. He not done nothing since that World Cup goal, if you remember. Failed in getting Gakpo. Forward back again to the end of the market and say, all right, you told me earlier in the season we could get Anthony. And I asked, wait, that was different. You can't come to me 1 week before the season start and think you're going to get Anthony for 30 million. You're crazy. Top up the money. And then I got the time they were held at ransom. So that is how Anthony became a $100 million baller. If you don't believe me, go and check it. He was being offered as a package deal with Timber for like 75 million, and that's when LVG told Timber, if you go Manchester United, you're not playing in the World Cup. Man U was a bug side. And Timber said, we're going to hold off on the deal. So we could have gotten Anthony for 30% the money that was spent. So the Anthony deal, I'm not really killing Ten Hag for that, but the decision to move on from Dahia, the decision to have a public spot with Ronaldo, those are question marks to me. And what that tells me as a Man U fan is, don't expect Man U to make any big time signing. Don't expect Man U to make any big $120 million signing and that person and Ten Hag come in and have kumbaya. Ten Hag is a young baller coach and he has to develop the young baller in an image that he can coach. He cannot coach big personalities. So will Ten Hag be the Man U coach in the next 5 years? I would hope so, but he would have to change his ways and his methods so that when Man U get to a place where he can attract big ballers and can coach them. And I want Man U to get to that space. But a lot will have to change. He need a lot of luck. And he also needs luck with injuries. Even though I am pretty sure half of the injuries that happened at Man U this year is fake.
So 2 questions, boy. You took a long time to answer that one, but we understand you're a Man United fan. Second question, Bruno Fernandes. Keep or let him go? There are reports that there are a couple interested clubs out there in the football transfer market space who's interested in the service of one Mr. Bruno Fernandes.
All right, Bruno pissed me off. Bruno pissed me off this week with this. If you want me, you should. If you just like when I believe there's a discussion that happened in the background and Enge publicly released his frustration, I think Bruno publicly released his frustration when he gave that interview. I think a conversation happened behind closed doors and a man looked at him and said, yo, you're surplus. Because I know what, let's equate it to everybody working a regular 9 to 5. You have salary brackets, right? When you apply for a job right now, you have a salary range.
Yeah. You
can make between 100 and 120,000 per year. If you are going into a new job, let me tell you as a word of advice for somebody working in corporate America for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You want to enter at the lower end of the bracket. You don't want to enter the higher end of the bracket because when them start the financial reviews and them say, all right, they are paying this brother who is a advisor. Let's say it's an advisor role. Now man is 100 to 120,000. So me have Kobe Menu and Bruno Fernandes. Bruno I make 118,000 a year. Kobe I make 105,000 a year. But Kobe are giving the same output as Bruno. So Bruno, why you not make it to the next bracket? Why? Tell me why me must pay you at this high rate. I think that's the discussion that happened. We have some pieces that we can't move because I'm a bug baller. We have some pieces that are valuable or have some value. So now we have to wait up and say, do I want to keep this piece of value or do I want to trade it on this piece of value? And Bruno, out of respect, you're the captain. We'll make you know, Rashford is one of those ballers. That's of value. Casemiro is one of those ballers. That's of value. Oh, by the way, don't feel away, but you are also one of those players that are of value. I will still evaluate it when we're going to do at the end of the season. And that's what triggered Bruno to come out and say, yo, if they want me, on the show so they want me. Brother, Man U finish 8th this season. And there's a meme out there, I don't know how true it is. There's some, I don't know, it sounds too fantastic. But I've heard that Man U lost more games in this season than all of Alex Ferguson years. I don't know how true that is. But
well,
it might be.
The internet is readily available.
No, but I feel like caught up. But because you remember,
stats. It's
I'm going to cry if I go back in Man U history and look at the seasons that Fergie have and count up the losses and add them up. I'm going to cry. I don't feel like crap.
You don't need to count them up. There's a software, someone has already done the counting.
You don't want nobody to do that, Benton.
No, but with that being said, the ability to cry, and you're still willing to give Eric Ten Hag another year as a fan.
Yeah, because there's no better.
Okay.
If you bring in another, all right, Tuchel is waxing lyrically.
Yeah, Tuchel seems to be waxing lyrically for a job in England.
Okay, so Ineos call Tuchel and say, yo, you say you want a job. Tell me what you can do for this. Well, guess what? Ten Hag is an idiot. Ole is a PE teacher. I can get the best out of Marcus Rashford. I can get the best out of Bruno. I can restore Casemiro. Me can make Onana look like a sensible coach. Oh, Anthony, have you seen what I've done at Bayern Munich? I can make Anthony become the next great right winger. We don't want to hear that. Get rid of enough of them ballers. We've been through that before. We've seen the Rashford. No, we don't want a new coach.
But you have just said on the front end that it's because of these wages and these contracts, it's almost difficult to move some of these players.
Yes, but you can do like you did with Wan-Bissaka. The man said what Wan-Bissaka is going around giving a farewell tour and him have one more year.
Junior. You cannot
No, it's not a severance package. Hear what? Take your 190, I think Wan-Bissaka gets per week. Take that, I go sit on one side. You try, if you want to play football, your agent go out there and find a team. I want to come to me with a package.
You know,
but you're not playing football.
You're going to get you're teetering on a bug of the week, you know. Last week, you piss off Chelsea fans. Big up on yourself, Chelsea fans, by publicly stating, oh, you can move player, you can't move player that nobody wants. Isn't Manchester United is in the same boat?
And I'm not saying Man U for move the players. I'm not saying that. That's why I said Man U don't need European football next season. Some of these players not for touch the field again for Man U. And if that means that you sit up on the sideline and you go run with the under-18s, it's dead money. The money dead. So that's why Man U looking for bringing the Fulham centre-back that is out of contract. That's where Man U reach right now. They're not looking to transfer in a player. They're looking for bringing a player for free. In other words, when we free up the salary depth or the salary cap, the wages. When we free up the wages of these players that are leaving, we only have space to bring in new wages. We have no space to buy a baller because we can't sell a baller. No, if Wan-Bissaka was to go back to Crystal Palace, he would be the second highest player on the team. Would you think Wan-Bissaka is the second most valuable player amongst Crystal Palace squad right now? The answer is no. So who the hell going buy Wan-Bissaka? So, but Man U don't say give you a farewell package. In other words, we're not playing the next season. Well, whoever you going to play, your agent going to figure that out. Chelsea is in the same. Who was the brother would say to them? Read the post.
You know what? That Chelsea fan does have a point because they do have players of value. Because unlike Manchester United, they are ending the season on a high. In fact, they ended the season on a high.
Benton, Conor Gallagher, who he referred. Let me find the comment.
Yes, Conor Gallagher is a
value. Who will buy Conor Gallagher?
You can get 45 million for Conor Gallagher.
Who going to pay 45 million for Conor Gallagher?
Tottenham was interested in his services. You're telling me that Conor Gallagher cannot slide into Tottenham midfield ahead of Højbjerg and who else? Højbjerg is one of them that will be out of a club. What's his name? They said the coach is not too happy with Bentoncourt, so that's another one that could be gone at Tottenham.
All right, so let me done now because let me tell you why. So, let me find a comment. I'll find a comment because you see it. This is why you cause Benton is not me.
We will wait. Football family, thank you for joining us. We're doing our EPL football recap show. Junior's blood is.
Pick up Wesley Michael. But find it.
Blood is
Big up
blood
Wesley,
and heart.
Michael. Wesley, big up. Enough respect and no disrespect. This is Ballchat, and this is how we run. We're family. And
No,
disrespect.
you're on your own on this one. For
All right.
disrespecting Chelsea players.
Wesley said this. Nobody wants Gallagher, question mark. Nobody wants Chalobah, question mark. Nobody wants Matson, question mark. They just sold Lewis Hall for 28 million. Dortmund want to pay Masters a release clause, which is 35 million. Gallagher is 50 million and Chalobah 25 million. So just on those four, you're talking 140 million. You are 100% right, Wesley. You're not wrong. All right? But let me break down money football for you right now. I told you how much, you know what? Let me tell you the exact figure. I'll give you the exact figure. Manchester United, this year, let me tell you how much Aaron Wan-Bissaka is value is he makes 4,680,000 per year. He's making 90,000 pounds per week, right?
That's actually quite cheap.
That is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, all right? Conor Gallagher. You want to know how much Conor Gallagher making?
He is making pounds per week too.
He's making £2 million per year, 50,000 pounds per week. So you are telling me that you want to say, oh, Chelsea can't sell the player. Fine. I will accept it. Conor Gallagher, 50,000 pounds per week is worth the risk. Is Wan-Bissaka 90,000 pounds per week? So you are telling me, Benton, that I was wrong about Chelsea, but
yes,
I am also wrong about... Okay, but I'm also wrong about Wan-Bissaka. You think
Wan-Bissaka is worth 90,000 pounds a week?
You think Wan-Bissaka is twice as valuable as Conor Gallagher?
Yes. In that team, yes. Christ. Yes. I mean, he cannot deliver a cross to save his life, but one thing he can do, he has a very good sliding tackle to save his life. and big up Wesley. Wesley's right about the Lewis Hall deal. He's also right about the Ian Matson. Matson is actually in the Champions League final with Dortmund. Instrumental. So Dortmund is looking to pay his release clause. So you owe Wesley and Chelsea fans an apology.
Do you know how much Ian Matson makes per week?
Oh, he's a low-wage player.
20,000 pounds.
He's a low-wage player. So Chelsea's going to make money off that deal.
But so I'm telling you, Wesley was right. Yes. But you cannot look at Wan-Bissaka and say, Wan-Bissaka, your value is 4 times that of a player that played in the Champions League final, but you can't cross the bars and say...
I think when Manchester United signed Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace, they knew he couldn't cross the ball. Did they sign him to cross a ball?
Benton, that is why Woodward is...
Yes, sir.
That is why Woodward is no longer at Manchester United.
Okay. But was he good at what he does at Crystal Palace, which is tackling?
We're talking about Manchester United. No right back is needed at Manchester United. Guess what? We're going to buy a right back, so when we play against West Ham, he can play defensively. This is Manchester United.
Is Bruno gone, yes or no? We need to get to Liverpool.
I think Bruno isn't gone, but I think Bruno overstepped his boundary.
He's over, so he's going to have to go see the manager.
I'm going to see the boss. Malasia makes 75,000 pounds per week. Onana 120. Yo.
But that's not the
Lindelof 120. Luke Shaw 150. Christian Eriksen 150. Harry Maguire 189.
Yeah, Junior.
Anthony make 200,000 pounds a week. And Conor Gallagher make 50,000. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Junior. You guys are the big money side. Over on the chances of Graham Potter coaching Manchester United.
Better, let me seal this one. Let me throw this stuff to the camera.
No, because isn't Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe seriously considering that if they should continue with Eric Ten Hag? Yes or no? Are
Yes,
they
they
seriously considering if they should continue with Ten Hag?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
And
Potter is not in the race.
He's in the race.
Okay, all right.
But if Potter or Southgate get announced as a Manchester United coach, that day, that second, that millisecond, I am going live on Ballchat and I am denouncing, I am putting my membership to the Manchester United fan. No, I am renaming Manchester United to a different team and I'm remaining a fan of Manchester United. That will never call them Manchester United ever again.
All right, fair enough. De Zerbi is a coach that's available.
No, he's not.
De Zerbi parted ways with Brighton. Junior, this one came out of left field.
No, he didn't.
You telling me 6 weeks ago you had De Zerbi leaving Brighton? Or maybe 3 months ago?
Not 3 months ago, but Bayern Munich get bug of the century for firing their coach without an alternative locked in mind. And they got desperate. So what they are doing right now is trying to find the next big name coach that they can pry out.
He said, I don't have a job. He's hoping to stay in the EPL. He says, I don't have a job offer. The director of Bayern Munich said, they asked him yesterday, is the next coach going to be an Italian? They said no. What went wrong here with De Zerbi and Tony Bloom? You're reading between the lines. Put on your read between the lines hat.
Nothing went wrong. The man aspires to be a big name coach. He aspires to coach at a big club. If we sit down and talk about Arsenal struggling to overtake Man City, and we sit down and talk about Liverpool and Klopp possibly being regarded as a failure later on in life, we'll talk about that. Why the hell would this brother stay at Brighton if he want to be a big name coach? He don't have a chance.
Yeah, but wouldn't it? Granny always used to say, "Don't count." Why? When say a bird in the hand is better than two in the bushes. You have a job right now at Brighton. You have done well, barring the injuries. You're developing young players. Adingra is outstanding, and Sinso is coming back. Brighton did quite well. You played European football this year, but somehow you decided that you want to try to twerk yourself for a Bayern Munich job.
All right, so you talk about the comment about what like all our grandmothers would say, right?
Yeah. A bird in the bush, a bird in hand is better than two in the bushes.
But you know the bird that De Zerbi have in his hand is the same bird that has been handed down from even before Potter. Is the same bird that has been handed down at Sunderland. No, at Southampton. The same bird that Pochettino handed down to all of the coaches that followed at Southampton. We saw what happened to Southampton. They handed off to Potter. I know De Zerbi have it in his hand. I know he's thinking to himself, when will this bird bite me like it bite the other coaches? Brighton is not. What are the odds of Brighton pulling it off of Leicester? This is probably 0 to none right now. So Brighton is peaking. They're not going to go any further than they are right now. And he talked to management, and management said, look, no, we are a selling club. We're not a buying club. You talk about you want to compete for top six. Compete at top six with what you have right now. And then we sell the ball and I'm bringing some more baller. How many times can you go back to the well of getting your recruitment right before it come back and hurt you? When is the time for you to strike? I think he struck a little bit too late, but hey, timing is everything. I don't think Brighton is at the level where the coach should be revered. But Bayern Munich is desperate. Even though Allegri threw him name in the hat a little bit though, so we'll see.
One of the biggest things seems, according to the Athletic, is that De Zerbi, Brighton's exit is the only solution due to irreconcilable differences, and the main differences seems to be around the movement of players away from the club. So what? De Zerbi did expect to keep the young players in?
He wants to make a legit run to the champion. He wants to make a legit run to being revered as one of the best coaches. And to do that, you have to keep a talent. You have to have some form of consistency. You can't come in every year and have to rebuild. That's what Brighton does it on. Every year, we'll move on from, even though Ansu Fati is kind of a failure. We'll consider that a failure. But they look a young boy them have. And next year, you sit down, okay? Imagine now you as a coach, I say, boy, in the year nice, come going to the summer. Wait, what do you mean by your summer baller? Who are bringing? Wait, who that brother here? I don't know this brother. But now we have to train him and get him ready for the season. So how we build on what we did last year? Oh, that's what you're good at, coach? No, we are trying to go in the top 6. How we going to get into the top 6? So it's a hard decision, because as an owner, we've seen where owners try. Most recently, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest rebuilt a whole team in one transfer window, right? Got rid of everybody in our transfer window, and look where it got them. So Brighton, from the top brass, maybe looking for the coach and say, brother, I better you relax, because we don't take the risk there. But the coach wants to take the risk, and them have to balance it out.
Yeah, good luck to De Zerbi. The relegated teams, Junior, Luton, Burnley, Sheffield United, officially, they didn't stand a chance. They came and they... Sheffield United conceded, has a minus 69 goal difference. Leicester City is coming back up. Ipswich is also coming with Omari Hutchinson is coming to the EPL. Southampton and Norwich are in pole position in the championship playoffs. So let's see if Southampton can make a return. Your assessment of these 3 teams that got relegated: Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield United.
Burnley is the one that you say if company could have just build steel within the team, they could have done something. But there are 2 who go about the business.
Junior, this marks the end of an era. Jürgen Klopp, the man, this is it for him at Liverpool Football Club. Outstanding time. It was a really big tribute to him, and he said to the fans, he said a lot of things, but he also wanted to emphasize to the fans that they need to support the manager, the next manager, as they support him. And he went on and chanted the name of the next manager in his farewell speech. They don't get much better than Jürgen Klopp. They don't.
You're 100% right. They don't get any better.
Arnold Slot.
You're right. But
let the man salute him. Liverpool fans that I know are in tears. They're heartbroken, sad, disappointed. Pep Guardiola, when at his post-match presser, when asked about Jürgen Klopp, big up to haters TV for the audio. Pep Guardiola was very emotional, almost. It seems like he was about to cry in saluting Jürgen Klopp. He spoke how Jürgen Klopp pushed him to be a better version of himself. And the rivalry between the 2 of them, friendly but very competitive. Junior, Jürgen Klopp is a top level manager. Over to you, family.
before I be that guy.
Yeah, you can be that.
Yes. Yes. Jürgen Klopp is a very good coach, but he's also a great person.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
his character is bigger than the coach.
Yes.
I will say that.
Yes.
And that is a testament to how he coaches his team. Is his character led the way.
Yeah.
And everybody say he's a player's coach and yada yada yada, which is true, and it shows in how the players perform for him.
Yeah.
Right? So hats off to Klopp. Now, you see the dirty Liverpool people, them. You see the way they act. Your coach just gave you 2 trophies. I mean, the man acting like it's Kenny Dalglish. Right now, you have some Liverpool fans out there that is going to put Klopp over King Kenny, which is disappointing to me. Very disappointing. I'm in a business, Liverpool fans, they can email me, text me, all kind of stuff. But truth is truth, man. Well, I love the send-off, but it just felt a little bit overdone to me.
Can you take off your Manchester United hat?
I don't have on my Manchester United. I have on my football hat. It's just...
All right, let's. You said Kenny Dalglish. Let's go through his record as Liverpool.
No, it's not about record. It's not about record.
It's not about record.
It's about time, length of time. Klopp has been there, 7 years?
Yes. This is his 8th season. He just wrapped up his 8th season.
We're acting like the man is a 20-year coach. What Dortmund did for him and his send-off was ideal. Great coach. Wish you all the best on the next endeavors. That's what Liverpool fans should have done.
Yeah, but Dortmund also was very emotional in the
Later, this was overdone.
that was very emotional also with his send off, right?
Liverpool fans are just happy that the coach made them relevant again. Made them a brand to talk about again. That is what is being celebrated, which is hard. And again, the coach, the man himself, well deserved. But brother, history is going to show that you spent your time in Pep's shadow, man. That's the fact. That's the fact. You spent your time in Pep Guardiola's shadow. You are the Jerry Sloan. Again, we said that we're going to talk about basketball. You are the Jerry Sloan of football. Jordan will have never had his great moments without Jerry Sloan. You are not Pat Riley, but you are the Knicks.
I mean...
No, but you get what I'm saying, though, Benton.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
We even said I'm on record for saying that history hasn't been kind to Dennis Bergkamp, right? Because Bergkamp don't really have the trophies and the accolades for sure, but the man is a general.
Yeah, but on a history fault, that's Dennis Bergkamp should have make sure so whatever team I'm playing, take care of that.
Thank you. So, Jürgen Klopp, you should have made sure Manish never left. You should have made sure Gigi never leave unless you have good. You should have made sure the Ryan Brewster was developed. Minamino should have never been brought in. You should have made sure that you transition away from other players. You should have made sure that when you move on from Bobby, you bring in a more potent striker. You look at the caliber of coach that Jürgen Klopp is. He should have won more at Liverpool. He should have.
Jürgen Klopp followed Brandon Rodgers, who was a bug at Liverpool.
It doesn't matter.
He brought Liverpool back to relevance.
And I agree with that. I agree with that.
And he left this club in a lot better place than when he
I don't agree with that.
When Brandon Rodgers got run out of town. Remember one time Liverpool hired Roy Hodgson for a short period of time after Rafa Benitez,
We know all of those things, Ben.
No, but this is to show the struggles that that Liverpool was going through with Fenway Group or FSG, whatever they want to be called, new ownership, finding competent managers. You have one time Gerard Houllier thinks him are the best thing since sliced bread running Liverpool,
Right. They brought back Kenny Dalglish.
And they even brought back King Kenny in their old age.
Yep.
What Jürgen Klopp has done, and you highlighted that he's not just about a coach, he's a better person. We saw that during the COVID pandemic, when all the fiasco of managing a club and taking care of the health and well-being of the players, and there was a lot of questions around the regulations and the authorities trying to figure things out regarding this virus. Jürgen Klopp said, Brethren, I am deferring to the experts. These are the scientists, the medicine, the people who do this thing. I am here to help protect my players. I am here to protect each other. We need to do. Jürgen Klopp takes unpopular position, but also takes a right position, and standing up for just the average man, and that's something that Liverpool fans, I think, will miss about this individual.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. And I know Liverpool fans gonna think some hate Liverpool when kill me fight, but Jürgen Klopp is a big time coach. A big time coach. It's just unfortunate that he has another coach. He's a yin to his yang, but he doesn't get the support that the other coach gets. And that is more an indictment on the Liverpool ownership. They should have supported Jürgen Klopp during this run, this 7-8 years. Once he established himself that he is for real, they should have spent the money. They should have never bring in bug ballers like Minamino and old boy like Thiago Alcantara and then Darwin Núñez. Them man, they should have never seen Liverpool. Liverpool should have been in the running to bring in Erling Haaland with Jürgen Klopp's affiliation with Dortmund. He should have that should have been a real signing race at the time.
They were in the conversation with Jude Bellingham for a second, right? And then the money turned up, and Liverpool, FSG, them, they can't afford such ballers.
Right, but they should have spent the money. You should have spent the money. You have when you have a coach, you have a coach that every team even Man City fans would say, oh, do I have an option to get Jürgen Klopp? If I have to move on from Pep, of course I would take it.
Yes.
So every team
club
in
right
the
now, no club in the world. Yeah. Football Club Barcelona right now, with monopoly money, are trying to figure out how many levers they can pull to see if they can convince Klopp to come coach them in a few years. AC Milan, big up to the President Fabian. AC Milan, right now, all the AC Milan fans are saying, Richard, can we please get Jürgen Klopp to come coach our team?
So, with all that being said, right, Klopp the person hurt Klopp the coach. Klopp the character, Klopp the human being hurt Jürgen Klopp the coach.
How so?
Because I am going to maintain that he was unhappy with the support he's getting at Liverpool, which led to his early announcement that him leaving, right?
Okay.
But Klopp is too good. Klopp is not Jose. Because if Jose was Klopp and Jose say, you know what, guys, I'm tired and I need to take a break, I call it early this season, halfway through the season, right? And let's say Jose was German and Bayern Munich coach. Yo, we're ready to announce our next coach, Jose Mourinho. Klopp should have been walking right into Germany right now, into Munich, and saying, "Come, sign that, ready."
I'm almost certain that if he wants to coach Bayern Munich, he would have gotten the job.
The coach Klopp probably wants that challenge, but the human Jürgen Klopp doesn't want.
Because he's a dark man.
No, forget about that, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to disappoint the liver because it doesn't matter when Jürgen Klopp return to coaching, a Liverpool fan going to feel a little tightness in them stomach, like, damn. Right? If we wait 5 years from now, brother, you know you could have still coached one more year at Liverpool. So imagine now, can I tell you, if Klopp was Jose and Bayern Munich job not full yet, yo, boy, all of a sudden we get some energy that I just drank something gel and I got boosted. I'm ready to go to Bayern Munich. Guaranteed. But I think the human side of Klopp cannot disappoint the Liverpool fans. Cannot disappoint them. He cannot signal to Liverpool that Bayern Munich is a bigger club than you.
But we saw, like, this is who he is. This is part and parcel. Whether it was at Dortmund, whether it was at Mainz, this is maybe part of the positive and the negative of Jürgen Klopp. Some people say that he's too loyal to players. You look at a player like a Thiago Alcantara, who have not contributed anything to Liverpool this season, and probably even not much last season, right? But was given an opportunity to try to So, you know, so one time Liverpool even signed Arthur. You remember Arthur, the Brazilian?
Yes.
We try to kind of shore up the midfield. I don't even kick the ball 2 times for them.
Yeah.
And so, but one thing that he did, we saw the tears there from Virgil van Dijk. We watched Virgil van Dijk religiously at Southampton, made Virgil van Dijk a better player. We saw Sadio Mane at Southampton, made Sadio Mane a better player. Mohamed Salah, better player. That front three with Bobby Firmino, when they were firing, and as old for John Henderson the wannabe, those quick releases, that was surgical and fire. So those battles with Pep and that Man City team were some of the best football games I've watched in recent memory.
Right.
So I have to big up Jürgen Klopp. I have to big him up.
Right. And I'm on the record for doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So don't think of it.
Eight titles in total during his time in England Junior.
2 titles and 6.
Yeah?
2 titles and 6 chimney cup.
All right. Manchester United could have used that chimney right about now.
Oh, God, yes. Well, I'll try to get one next week.
Yes. Premier League title, Champions League clubs, and of course, we have to remember the Champions League. He went to what? 2 Champions League finals. Running to that big bad, this heart ripped. Yo, Karius want a beat. And that blunder from Karius and that big bad Madrid team. So it's Jürgen Klopp, walk good, brethren. Walk good. Walk absolutely good. I mean, do you have the analytics of his winning percentage? The numbers of his winning percentage at this club, brother?
I know it's damn good.
It's damn good. It's damn good. Liverpool fans will get Mr. Slot taking over. Klopp, as I mentioned earlier, he said, give the same energy to the new man as you gave me. 60.9% winning percentage for Jürgen Klopp. 491 games, 299 victories, 109 ties, and 83 losses. Reggie, you man only lose 83 games? Cha-cha! How many games Ten Hag lose already? hold on. No, seriously, wait, hold on. A serious thing, this, you know. The man only lose 83 games, Junior, in 8 years. That's not normal. That's impressive.
Yep.
That is impressive. So, yo, Liverpool family, where is it? Rock Massilianos, the goat, says, peace, thank you to Klopp, but time for the club to be more ruthless. Klopp too loyal to players that were not good enough. Silly decisions like extending Henderson and Milner's contract for too many seasons. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely loyal to his core. He's definitely loyal to his players. You know, like I said, Pep Guardiola was quite emotional today when he was saying farewell to Jürgen Klopp. He said, this man pushed me to the extent and made me a better version of myself. So, Jürgen Klopp announcing the new manager for Liverpool. And for Manchester United fans, this is how you like your manager to leave and announce his replacement. Let's see what Jürgen Klopp. But Junior, I think you highlighted it the most. He's just more than a manager.
Yes.
More than a manager. Leverkusen. Show I run long. It's a recap show, but you don't know. We cannot go my way hard. We have to highlight Bayer Leverkusen, champions of Germany. Junior, this is somewhat surreal because I cannot believe this actual achievement. Undefeated season. This team has never won a Bundesliga title in their 125 years of existence. But not only they've won the Bundesliga title, they went undefeated in their domestic league, joining 3 other clubs. Juventus, I think it was 11-12 Juventus, the 03-04 Arsenal, and one of the mid-90s AC Milan teams. Now the 2011-2012 Juventus might be one that may be paying off the referees. Big up to the entire Juve family. But this achievement by Xabi Alonso and Bayer Leverkusen is impeccable, brother.
Yeah, and we've seen it. Is it a part of me want to say, oh, this is the new norm and get used to this and yada yada yada. But we've seen it before with other teams. Not to the extent of being an invincible. That in itself is beyond great, right? I said it last week. A couple weeks ago. I want to say what's the aftermath. I want to say, is he going to be like Klopp and be a player's coach, or is he going to be ruthless and be like Pep and say, all right, we get the invincible season. Let's assume that they win the European title and another cup I think they played for. What's next? Well, I want to win the Champions League while retaining our title. Okay, well, what do we need to do to achieve that? We need to get better here. Here are the pieces that we can parlay off and bring in other pieces and blah, blah, blah. I want to see if they do that. If they try to come back with the same team next year, you know they're going to fail. You know it's not going to happen. So let's see what the changes are. And then we can talk about consistency. But looking back at the year, it's a magical year. Is a year that, unfortunately, and this is going to go kind of to your point when you talk about the difference between them and Arsenal. They realized they had an opportunity at something special, and they went ahead and completed the task, right? Arsenal realized they had a chance at something special, and they dropped the ball. Bayern Munich realized they had a chance at something special in the Champions League, and they dropped the ball. Leverkusen realized they were on the cusp of something great. They felt like they were doing, they had enough energy to accomplish this task. Let's go out there and finish it. And that's a testament to the coach, the coaching staff, whoever is behind it. But we'll see how they move on next year.
Xabi Alonso said, our team has written itself in Bundesliga history. In 20 years, we will look back and all be able to say, wow, we were there. To reach 90 points is extremely strong. The record is 91. We just missed that. But to remain undefeated is extraordinary. I mean, the difference between being a coach and being a player now, I look after everyone and not just myself. It's a very different feeling. I am just very proud of everyone. Back in August, in the first game against Leipzig, we prepared really well for every game and worked very well. We didn't have a bad game, maybe a weaker half, but that's all. Regin, and call me stupid, but it's about to me. I can't really wrap my head around this achievement. And here's what. I expect things like this from Bayern Munich. Man City now. Well, maybe not in the Premier League. I expect this from big AC Milan. Big side. I expect this from football royalty Real Madrid. Not Bayer Leverkusen, Junior. Not a team that has played football in 125 years and never won this trophy.
Who cares? Who cares about?
So this is, in my mind, the totality of this achievement is kind of like, brother, how was Bayern Munich able to achieve this with Frimpong, a Don baller by many's book, Alex Grimaldo, Granit Xhaka, who Arsenal said we cannot use anymore, Florian Wirtz, where many thought, well, Florian Wirtz may not necessarily be worth the hype.
And again, like we said when the show started, you're going to have a lot of basketball references, and that's the best that I can do, because I don't think there's ever been a team close to Leverkusen. In football, I'll have to think really hard.
I think there's a team in Malta that went.
No, that Maltese team can't come. No.
Went 88 games unbeaten.
It's more than the unbeaten run, though. I'm talking about the accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's when Leicester accomplished.
Leicester. Yeah.
But you can't. I think Leicester is different because Ranieri is not a rookie coach.
This is true.
So Alonso is a rookie coach, not a rookie coach, but you get what I mean. He doesn't have the
relative to. I mean, that's not supposed to happen at this stage of the of a juncture of a career.
One team that is close, that is hitting me, but I think they are more like Leicester is Detroit Pistons when Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, that team. They were a hodgepodge team. They were a team of misfits. They were a team of players that nobody wanted. But Larry Brown was the coach. So Larry Brown is more like Ranieri and get them 1 year. I cannot think of a team in any sport that have accomplished what Leverkusen have accomplished this year. Talking about with a rookie coach, with a bunch of players that are misfit, are not highly desirable. Maybe Jose's first Chelsea title.
No.
Maybe.
Because they spend money at Chelsea. The Russians spent money.
Yeah, but they spent money on remember the first run. That's something that was a no name. Was it a factor? What name? Drogba. Drogba wasn't Drogba. Drogba became Drogba under Jose, right?
Yeah.
I would argue SCN wasn't SCN. He became SCN under Jose. So it is the closest I can think.
Yeah, but those
when
are big money. All right, because when Chelsea signed and BM, sorry to interrupt you, Drew. BM says, remember that Leicester City team that won the EPL with rejects from other clubs. This Leverkusen team is somewhat similar.
Yeah.
I think the point that you were making regarding the Leicester City team is probably the closest to that.
But the coach, though, Ranieri.
The coach, yes, is an outlier because Ranieri is a seasoned coach. Something not right because again I can't wrap my head around this accomplishment because not only did they won the league, they won it unbeaten, and they are unbeaten in so they're in the Europa League final. They lost the first leg I think against Roma 1-0 or what they lost a game against Roma in the Europa League first leg.
Second leg, but they were already gone through. Yeah.
So that's the only blemish, right? Or did that second leg even?
It doesn't count. I doesn't count that as a loss of me.
No, man. What this team is doing is just absolutely crazy. Yeah, because Drogba was a big ball at Marseille when they signed him. No, and we're talking about, BM just said it, because we're talking about relative to what Bayer Leverkusen has.
Yeah, but Drogba wasn't Drogba.
Yeah, he wasn't Drogba, but we are looking at relative to what Bayer Leverkusen has. And because remember, Bayern Munich went out and got Harry Kane, the big dog, you know. And Bayern Munich is the big dog and the juggernaut in this league. So not only is it, I never in my wildest dream thought Leverkusen could have won this thing. Much less, when we said teams that who could win it, we said, okay, maybe Borussia Mönchengladbach, Borussia Dortmund, you know, these other teams. Well, we always pivot back to Bayern Munich. But not only, Bayer Leverkusen made somebody a lot of money who put a 5 bills or 10 bills on them winning this league in the summer. Because that odds probably was long like rope.
Yeah.
And imagine the odds to win it unbeaten. But me, I can never give them things, brother.
Yeah, I don't even think that was a bet at the betting board to start. You're right.
You know, during the Leicester City year, my big up to Guido, big football fan. Juventus, all head. Them on in them 60s, 70s. I'm on the Italian watch Juventus as a youth, live in Italy, blah, blah, blah. So in 2015, when Leicester City was going through the Premier League, Guido said to me that a man bet on Leicester City at 5,000 to 1 odds in the summer for win the Premier League. And the bookmakers them link the man and say, yo, Leicester City is leading the league. This was in like January thereabouts.
Yeah, I remember.
Leicester City. So I didn't really read the article. He said that the bookmakers linked the man and said Leicester City is leading the league. Take a payout right now.
I remember that story, yeah.
and so Guido is the one telling him, yo, so what Bayer Leverkusen did is just unbelievable, Junior. RB Leipzig is another team that would come to mind. He said, well, RB Leipzig and them high press, high intensity football, but not Bayer Leverkusen.
Right. You're right. It is one of those things that make us happy to be football fans, and it's one of those things that I don't want to sound morbid, but if somebody was to lose their memory, it's one of those core memories that probably be the last thing forgot.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that will be rooted in people's brains. We are going to remember exactly where we were the year when Leverkusen went undefeated. And I really hope them win the Europa title. I really hope them get a complete undefeated season, because that is something that is. I know even worse. They beat Real Madrid in a Super Cup.
So Julia, if they win the treble, if they win the they've won the Bundesliga. They win the German cup.
What they call it? Polka?
Yeah, the polka, Pokal, the DFB Pokal, and they win the Europa League. How would you rank this? Would this be the best accomplishment by any team this season?
This season?
Yeah.
Of course. Season. You have to talk about all the time.
So where would you rank them in this recent memory?
In recent memory, the best run. I don't ever care about how all the season end.
And not the fact that they're not even winning a Champions League. It's a Europa League.
They can only win. They can only win. They can only win the games they play. If you look at it now and say, well, they didn't play PSG. Well, tell me why PSG go and beat them. They haven't lost a game all year. Why the hell PSG go and beat them?
It's remarkable. It's absolutely.
It is. It's one of those things where you look back at. I cannot think of, because it's going to sound crazy, but I honestly thought until recently that Arsene Wenger was the first and only invincible, because of the way, no. But think about it. If you think about the news report and the report, when somebody say invincibles, there's one team come to mind.
Yes,
Arsenal. And it is only for Premier League. Nothing else.
Yes.
And Leverkusen is about to play a full league year without losing a tie. I'll put it that way. Because they did lose the second leg, so some idiot might want to come out and say, well, they didn't win every 90-minute game. Well, shut up. They won the tie. If you think about that, they haven't lost. They haven't felt defeat.
And the way they do it, Junior, like at the end, you almost think that they're going to lose, and then somehow they always found a way to win these games.
And but it's mostly win. They find a way to come back and win these games. It's crazy.
And that second leg against Roma, they ended 2-2. The first leg they defeated Roma 2-0.
And that did they lose 3-2?
No, the first leg they won 2-0.
Oh, you're right. They won 2-0 the first, and then they tied the game.
Yeah, second leg they tied it at the death.
Yeah, so they haven't lost any game then.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's crazy, brother. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's sick. The admin, Bayer Leverkusen admin, posted this image about an hour right after the Premier League wrap up, and it was confirmed that Arsenal did not win the league. They posted Granit Xhaka with the Bayer Leverkusen trophy. The German admins have been trolling EPL teams all season, from Dortmund to Leverkusen. Junior, how big has been Granit Xhaka's? How big is the role of Granit Xhaka in this Dortmund?
All right, let's not try to make Granit Xhaka the Virgil van Dijk of Leverkusen. No.
He played on this because I heard Xabi Alonso said something about him, that he is like that guy who kind of stirs the drink on the field for them.
You did your part, and he's one off. But if you're a Leverkusen fan or watch all them games, you can call me and tell me I'm wrong. BM, you can correct me. But to me, no. You show me a highlight with Xhaka saving a ball off the line in the 95th minute, or scoring one of the 95th minute goals, them, but they come back and tie or win a game. Come on, man. He's one of the players, but let's not. It's a nice story. It's a na boo boo kind of moment, but let's not make it bigger than it really is. You are one of the players, and the Leverkusen. We're laughing now. Leverkusen might move on from Xhaka if they really mean business this summer.
Yeah, but
Because your value won't be as high as it is.
I mean, you've had enough.
Well, okay, if you want to put it that way, that's fine. Go and make more money elsewhere. Go on back they come from Switzerland, go back to Switzerland.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking at this data, the Bayer Leverkusen schedule, and based on what I'm seeing here, the last time they lost a game, Junior, was May 11, 2023 against Roma, 1-0. Yeah. The semi-final of the Europa League. Yo, I joke, I history. So that's almost a year, right? May 23 is coming up this week.
And there goes the goat mouth.
There goes the goat mouth. But big up to Bayer Leverkusen. Big up to them. I mean, what an achievement, Junior. What an achievement. And I think sometimes, because we don't focus a lot on German football, they don't get the roses that they deserve. And they deserve all the accolades that gets sent their way, because
the whole year we were saying, oh, Leverkusen ball of the week, still winning. Let's see how long it lasts.
Yeah, it's almost like that's why it's inevitable to them all drop the soap like Arsenal. Right. But right. Yeah, before we go my way, we have to kind of touch this game here. Jamaican Premier League, of course, you don't know, so the Russian is getting salute. The chairman of the JPL says it's a combination of dancehall and football. But the big final, repeat of last year's Jamaican Premier League final, family. Mount Pleasant looking to join the big teams, Portmore, Reno, Anagan, as the only back-to-back teams in the Jamaican Premier League. Cavaliers looking not to play number 2. The teams met this year, Junior. Cavaliers defeat 1-1, Mount Pleasant won the other. Your thoughts on this game, family?
Ask me.
BM says, when I call the Bundesliga the most boring league in Europe, those words didn't age well. Win Johnson and Win John Larazan _15 game over the end. I don't know if that's in case of Granite Xhaka or Leverkusen.
Are your goat mouth?
Are a goat mouth. Regardless goat mouth or not, we have to salute Bayer Leverkusen achievement.
Yes.
All right, Jamaican Premier League final. Mount Pleasant and Tapa Whitmore family versus Speed and Cavaliers.
Tapa is showing his quality as a coach. Amongst his peers.
Oh, well, we have come a far way.
Well, that's what was suggested that Xavier does last week, right? Go back. If you go back amongst your peers after you got elevated, you go back with the opportunity now to prove yourself and say, no, I really belong here. Let me go back and show you that I am still the best amongst my peers. That's what I think Tapa is showing that. I really think so. He knows football. We all know that. He knows he has experience as a coach. We all know that. And he's showing now that he can coach. You have to give him props. Call it what it is.
There are those who have criticized Mount Pleasant Junior. They say they are the Man City of the Jamaican Premier League. They have spent heavily on transfer. Do you buy anything into that?
No, because if I can do it, why you can't do it too? And why
that is what Tapa said. It's important that the other team step up for the betterment of Jamaican football.
Right.
7:30 p.m. tonight, a big game, a big game. Mount Pleasant versus Cavaliers. I think the number 3 team, Waterhouse won the third place game. We don't really pay attention to that game much, but is it important that Rudolph Speed win this game tonight, Junior?
Important? Why would it be important?
Rudolph Speed and Cavaliers, and Rudolph Speed in particular, has been labeled as a developmental coach, identify talent, bringing through players, but he has been unable to win trophies.
And losing the final make you a failure? If it does, let's revisit the club conversation.
Guys, this is the second final for him. Let's
revisit the club conversation if that's the case.
Okay, and then he was also in a Caribbean, I think the Caribbean Cup final, where he also dropped the soap in that final.
He'll be alright.
All right. So who you got? Who you picking to win this game, family?
Tapa.
And BM says Rudolph Speed salt the amount of finals him lose. And let me ask you, as a coach, if you have gone through so many finals and you've ended up losing the games, these finals, does these losses start affecting you now? Do you get a bit worried as the next one saying like, look, man, I can't? Do you start to doubt your strategy and start to question what you do in these games?
How can I doubt myself if I get into the final?
Yeah, but what sense you get into the final and you're losing?
Yeah, but that's if you're a coach, you're thinking about the next opportunity. Coaches, like strikers, have revision.
The next opportunities are you playing number 2?
Yeah, so you try something else. You have to keep trying. You see, and again, sorry to bring in pop culture, but I equate coaches and decisions when it comes to like this, where you constantly can't get over the hump. I equate that to, there's a story that came out about Armstrong, the astronauts that went to the moon, right? The Apollo astronauts, right? And you know, there's a myth out there, or there's a story, or depending on who you talk to. Reportedly, there's urban myth out there that astronauts are given cyanide pills. That if they're on their way in space or wherever, and them reach a place where them cannot survive, they can pop the cyanide pill, you're dead instantly, and you save yourself, right? But they asked Armstrong, or one of the astronauts, and said, "Is that true?" You know the astronaut said? They wouldn't have any time to pop a pill. They would be spending the time trying to fix the problem. That's what coaching is. So even if you make it to every final every year, you're not going to pop the cyanide pill and kill yourself. You are going to try to fix whatever the problem is and get over the hump. We've seen where Jose can't get over the Pep Guardiola hump at Barcelona. Why? So till where Jose start put all Pepe in a midfield. You try everything under the sun before him admit failure. So Speed, keep doing it. Don't give up speed. Press gas. I got you.
And with that being said, are you picking Cavaliers to win?
Hell no.
But good luck to Rudolph Speed. Richard King, good luck to yourself. Good luck. Big game for your baller. Good luck. Demario Phillips in that midfield in Mount Pleasant. Big game. Good luck to Mr. McCalla and for Mount Pleasant, and Mr. Jamalco. Jamalco has a huge role to play in that Cavalier game. It should be a good game. Need to find a way to watch this football game now. All right. I that a long show.
End of the season. No show next Sunday at 5 p.m. No show till what? A week before Community Shield?
Yeah, we're going. No. Ballchat is pivoting to more watch-alongs on like commentary and recorded interviews. So that's essentially what we're doing now in the summertime. So we have the Champions League watch along coming up. And then we might, let me see how the FA Cup final watch along might steer. You know?
Head up on the road.
Carnival weekend in the ATL, so that FA Cup final game might get missed.
But it was a great year. Big up, come on. We know people as well, come on, leave the show now. Come on is working. And everybody, if you watch Ballchat over the last 5 years, you would notice that the second half of the year, come on is refereeing, so unfortunately she can't be on live all the time. So we're going to say on behalf of Come On and everybody that make Ballchat run, and even you watching the show right now, BM, we don't really want to call them, we don't want to forget certain names, but the people that stick it out with us through the years and just join and we just talk football, nothing else. I want to help share the content, big up on yourself every time. We love the support that we're getting, and with your support, we are doing what we can to make it bigger, better, and whatever you guys. I know what to mention. I think at first I was saying this. Whatever you guys, the viewers, think we should do to be a better show, email us. Send it to us. We're not those type of guys. You can link us and say, yo, we need to do this more, or you need to do this or do this less, and we'll take it. If it's stupidness, we'll say, okay, thanks for the acknowledgement, and we'll consider it. If it's sensible, we'll say thanks for it. I will consider it, and then you'll see it enacted, right? But we are a family show, like we always say, and we look at you, the audience, as a family, as part of our family, and we sit down and we just chat football.
We discuss football.
No, we chat football, man. We leave discuss football to the fancy guys. We chat football.
Fair and balanced and accurate.
Well,
and we don't always get it accurate, but we always try to correct our mistakes. So
yes.
Ultimately, that's what we try to do. We try to push ourselves to make the next one better as before. You know, I guess Sports Max is the one that have the rights to this game, this Cavaliers versus Mount Pleasant. Go and check out the game. Go and support this football game. Support.
I don't cut off my sport. I think I cut off my Sports Max subscription. You know.
Go and support the football game. Yo, before we go my yard, big up to the family. Top off for me money is what BM is saying. Big up to the fam. We're gonna be definitely linking up in the off season. We got CONCACAF Copa America football coming up. Reggae boys, big football games. Got Champions League watch along. We have interviews. We have some other things that we're lining up. So, you know, just stay tuned. The 5 Man City fans, again, just send another message. Say, yo, don't lock off the show without sending this thing to the rest of the league. And, yo, last ball chat for the year. At least, big up. For the season.
Get back to the money.
Yo.
We done kill them already.
Man City, congrats on your fourth consecutive title. Big up yourself. Junior Pringle, my brother and my brethren, family. We'll see you out the road in a chat safely. By the way, Sizzla Kalanchi got his visa. A PFire still a going around a corner there. Not to them, yeah, but bonfire.
But so many people have vexed him and he didn't come with a band.
Yeah. Big up to Sizzla. Wonderful show. Big up yourself. To the fire burner himself. Big up to all the listeners. Love and respect. All the ladies. We know you listen and sometimes you don't chime in, but big up to all the ladies. Reggae Girls football coming down. Busby met the press this week and the man said, I'm ready for work, Junior. So we're going to line up yourself and cover the Reggae Girls wall-to-wall coverage of the Reggae Girls and all things international football. European Championship also coming down as Julian's England team is going to hope to win another one.
All hail the Queen.
Yeah. This is from the 5 Man City fans sending in to the rest of the EPL.
We done kill them already. Get back to the money. All them a preach and preach. Step over, they go beat and teach. Them a jive by and I know them can't reach. Go on back up for your grandmother preach.
Yo, beat and teach. Connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on X at Ballchat1. We're on Facebook at Ballchat. Another year, another beating and teaching in the EPL by Pep Guardiola and Man City. 115 charges loading. So let's see how the beat and teach continue. Janja, connect with us on TikTok at Ballchat_podcast. Yo, stay safe, charge safely out the road. La Liga title wrapped up by Real Madrid. We don't know who won Italy. Big up to Leverkusen. Big monumental achievement. Xabi Alonso, Man City, big up yourself. Big up to all the players, all the staff, all the fans who rally and support their team. Because most importantly, we love this game. It's not just about team. We love football. Ballchat is the home of football. Junior, my general, my brother, we're going on the road in a family.
Later, deserving to Juventus, baby.
In fine work.